It just hey, I'll tell you a couple of them. You know that whole thing about plastic water bottles sitting in your car, and then the hot plastic causes people to get cancer. Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah. Yes.
Totally not true. Totally made up. One again, and no one takes 5 seconds to research this. Totally not true. Have you seen those athletes?
Because the plastic does cause estrogen-like chemicals to then leak into your body, and then people conflate that with cancer.
Look up the actual research on this, and you'll find that it's even less true than what you said. The other one was what was the other one? No, it was started by Sarah McLachlan like 25 years ago. He's the first one who came up with that. Vaccines cause autism. Totally made up. Yeah, absolutely made up. You know the cupping thing. They have they put the cups on you, and they have like the suction cups. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Absolutely doesn't work. Does absolutely nothing. Reiki healing does nothing. Chiropractor, chiropractic has been debunked 100 times over. And I was going to a chiropractor because it made me feel good hearing all those pops.
What is that? What is that? You do feel good after the chiropractor, but then you have to go back again because your body.
Yeah, because you're just being stretched. It's just normal physiology. It's normal physiological stretching. Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
That's all this. That's it. That's all this. Yeah. Wow. If you guys went to a physiotherapist, you would notice the same thing would happen. Now, yoga's real. That stuff actually helps. Just because yoga is stretching, but it's stretching under a warmer environment, which causes your muscles to be able to get more blood flow and expand. Yoga accidentally scientifically does work. But a bunch of things they're just not real. Reiki healing is fake. What's the other one? Acupuncture totally made none of it's true. Acupuncture does not tons of scientific studies. Acupuncture doesn't do anything, and it's just you see these people and they're just again. I know the reason why I don't mind saying this kind of stuff, Benito, is that people who want to buy my course are rational human beings, and people who aren't rational, who believe in directed energy weapons, why would they ever buy my course? That is the belief that when it's clearly either an exploded transformer or arson, what happened in Maui, when clearly do you really think the federal government had to shoot a laser beam at Maui, or do you think someone just went with a fucking lighter and just lit it? Which costs less? Yeah, I know. It's so crazy. You consider all the levels of arson that we've seen in California, hundreds of arsons have been arrested. It's just that's clearly what's going on. So what we'd rather believe is in directed energy weapons. Why is that we need to believe that? Because it allows for a victim mentality. Just imagine the directed energy weapons, dude. Global warming is because of directed energy weapons. Earthquakes are because of directed energy weapons. Flooding is because of think about what happens now, dude. I can literally blame everything in the world on the Illuminati now. Yeah. Because of this incredible conspiracy that I have. And it's just it's such an incredible victim mentality, and it leaks into every part of your life. Is that the reason why you're not in shape? Because of the directed energy weapons? Is that the reason why you're fucking poor and you live in your mom's couch is because of directed energy weapons? Bro, get a grip. I just the reason why I never worry about having these conversations is because the people who believe the earth is flat, they're just not successful. They're not ever going to take, they don't have, you have to have such an anti-victim mentality in order to take my course that I'm not worried about pissing those people off. I'm only interested in fucking killers. I'm interested in high achievers. I'm interested in commanders. I'm interested in competitors. I'm not interested in I'm not going to save the world with MOA. I'm just going to save the best.
Yeah. And I think the reason why this happens actually is because a lot of people take a little bit of truth and they explode it to ridiculous conspiracy theories. Because even I know rain seeding is a thing that they tried to do during the Beijing Olympics. It worked a little bit. It kind of worked a little bit to make it rain before.
They tried to do in Dubai, but the extrapolation is now the monsoon season in 1969 in Vietnam was created by the U.S. government in order to defeat the Viet Cong. Some fucking nonsense, dude. It's just crazy that anyone actually even considers the possibility of that being true. And the other one is the technology to build the pyramids. We don't have it anymore. Yeah, we do. We have pyramids. There's a fucking pyramid outside next to my house right now. It's called the Luxor. We can build pyramids now. Those people were more advanced than us. No. Why is that? It's because now they're aliens, and there's a global conspiracy of lizard people, and that's why I'm poor, and that's why my girlfriend cheated on me, and I'm a victim, and all this kind of stuff. And it's no, man, it's not about a government, the directed energy weapons. It's not a government conspiracy. It's just physics. That's the reason why. It has nothing to do with a government conspiracy. It's just electromagnetic attenuation. That's why these things don't work. And people don't want to hear that. It's so much, their lives make so much more sense if there's someone else to blame for their failures. And for me, the only person to blame for my failure is me. And the reason why, like, you'll find that people who have an internal locus control just tend to believe in conspiracy theories less. Also, people who have a background in engineering or science or technology or mathematics, they believe in conspiracy theories a lot less than people who don't, right? And so that's the reason why that happens. Like, again, we're going way down this hole, but like,
no, this is a good hole to go.
No, but like for instance, the idea that the moon landing was fake. Okay, if you want to accept that possibility, that's fine. But the problem is the idea that we couldn't have gone to the moon. Now you're being ridiculous. It's like, oh, there's no way they could have done that math. They didn't have enough calculation that I do on my iPhone. Well, the funny thing is the math to go to the moon was actually done in the 16th century by Isaac Newton in a book called Principia Mathematica. But you didn't know that because you don't study or understand any concepts dealing with physics. The idea that like, oh, well, there's no way Oswald could have killed Kennedy. This is one of my favorite conspiracies of all time. If you believe that John F. Kennedy was assassinated by a combination of a combination of LBJ, aliens, fucking George Bush, and the Illuminati, that's fine. Believe whatever you want. But one thing I do know, because I've been there, because I'm from Dallas, is that you had a former U.S. Marine with a Carcano rifle, bolt action, firing down into the right, and he was left-handed, at an unobstructed object moving at 2 miles away, directly away from him. And if you ask any Marine if they could have made that shot, every single one of them will tell you unequivocally yes. And it wasn't one shot, it was 3 shots, and he missed one of them. Okay? So this idea that Oswald couldn't, if you want to say Oswald didn't kill Kennedy, whatever with your speculation. If you want to say Oswald couldn't kill Kennedy, you just don't understand physics.
Yeah.
If you want to say we didn't land on the moon because of conspiracy X, Y, and Z, which makes no sense because there were 600,000 people that worked on Apollo and Gemini, and apparently all of them were liars, or the idea that we couldn't have gone to the moon, you just don't understand physics. We could have gone to the moon.
Yeah, a comment from 𝘊𝘳𝘺𝘰𝘮, I don't know how to say his name. He says, gender reveals have done more damage than...
But isn't that great, though? Like, what he's saying right now is like, couldn't we worry about actual problems that we're having?
So
couldn't we worry about actual problems that we're having instead of directed energy weapons? We're having real... One of my favorite things that ever happened was when... not Bradley Manning. Who's the other guy? The Julian Assange. When they release all of those, when they release all of those things on WikiLeaks, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. When
they have all this incredible amounts of data, and turns out there were tons of conspiracies that were happening. Julian Assange was like, you guys are still stuck on Bush plan 9/11. No, Bush didn't plan 9/11. Look at all these other conspiracies I have for you, but you're still stuck on these weird ones about aliens and shit. Like, the world really has fucked up things that are happening. Hey guys, ask yourself this question. Why is it that if I grow up in a poor neighborhood and my parents are poor, they pay less in property taxes and therefore I go to a worse public school?
Yeah.
How is that not a conspiracy? Why do we never talk about that? Ever? That's an actual conspiracy that we never discuss. Why is that? And the reason why is because it's not interesting. It's not interesting
enough. Yeah.
Look, we had a milk dietary pyramid when I was growing up in the 80s that told us all the red meat and milk I'm supposed to eat. And if you look at the bottom, it said, brought to you by the dairy farmers of America.
Yeah.
How is that not? That is an actual conspiracy. Why don't we ever talk about that one?
Carbs at the bottom, they wanted you to eat 5 to 7.
Yeah, exactly. That's an actual conspiracy. Why don't we ever talk about that one?
That's crazy.
How about the fact that there was an African-American neighborhood in Topeka, Kansas in 1921 that was fucking firebombed, and we never talk about that shit? How about the fact that in the state of Texas, we're actually taught in junior high that the Civil War was not fought over slavery? What the fuck? Like, how is that not a conspiracy? But we want to talk about laser beams and shit. It's just crazy to me that we still do this. Like, it just, to me, it's one of the most crazy things that I've ever seen. And then the other thing is like, and I really appreciate this because I totally agree.